kapatid na Erdy ang siyang pinaka-ilaw ng mga ministro at manggagawa pagkatapos nga magpahinga ang sugo. At siya ang nag-guide ng iglesia pagkatapos magpahinga ang sugo. Ang iglesia ay lalong nakarating sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo.
Even though the reality, the news of our dear Brother Erdy's passing, even in our absence of Brother Erdy here in the States, being so far from him, the lessons, the messages, the memories serve as one of our inspirations to always keep going. And those words of God entrusted to the administration serve as that source of power and hope, and seeing that sun shining in spite of whatever kind of gloominess that might come along. You know, what rings clearly, Ka Erdy said, tayong mga Iglesia ni Cristo, wala tayong karapatan sa kawalan ng pag-asa. Dahil ang Diyos na ating pinaglilingkuran, tunay na Diyos na makapangyarihan sa lahat. Kaya dapat tayo ay umasa sa Kanya sa magagawa ng ating dakilang Ama.
I was 20 years old, fresh from school, when he called me to work for the Pasugo. And I remembered our brother. He was still in his 40s and he was very young and very energetic. And I can never forget all the good things that I learned from him, and the advice and the support.
Brother Erdy is our inspiration. We've always been used to knowing that he's always there. Brother Erdy is always there.
Brother Eranio G. Manalo was indeed very inspiring. He lived what he preached, and he was an inspiration to all.
Brother Eranio Manalo inspired me in so many ways, but mainly how he cared for the brethren, how he loved the church, his work ethic. That's my inspiration, and how he carried out his duty for the sake of the church.
It made me remember all the things that he's done, all the messages, his love, his compassion, especially after the 95th anniversary. That was the first thing that came to my mind, that he left us with a message to be strong, no matter what happens.
One thing I've always wanted to emulate what he had was his love. You know, he loves you, doesn't even know who you are maybe, you know, just as long as you're a brother or sister in the faith. And that's one thing I'm trying to have, that same kind of concern, the love. And we've always heard it, you know, in his messages.
The dedication that he showed and the perseverance in continuing to mold and guide the brethren, no matter what his physical condition was, no matter what might have been going on in his personal life, those things were always set aside, and he continued to give all that he could to making sure that the church would be ready for salvation.
Looking at him, seeing what he's doing, knowing na ang bigat ng dala niya, pero he never gives up. Gives more than anyone could expect. That gives me and pushes me to move on, to not give up.
is a pattern of faith and everything that we should follow from the teachings ever since I was born up to the time now. And throughout my ministerial studies, he has been an inspiration.
Brother Eranio has really inspired my life and my ministry in the way that we see him care for the church, in the way that he has greeted brethren that visit the central office, in the way that he listens to them when they bring problems and when they're looking for counsel and advice, asking for what they should do with different issues and situations that they're in. We also see how hard Brother Erdy works. I mean, he has to take care of the whole church. He makes lessons for our worship services. You know, it's something that's for God and for our souls and salvation too.
He means so much to us because he has shown a very great example in how to lead God's people in these last days.
Brother Ranyo has inspired us because he has left behind a good example for us to follow, as well as all the lessons and all the lectures that he gave through the administration, through the school administration. And I think that is what we'll take throughout our lives as we perform our duties in the ministry.
After finishing my studies, practicing a few years, in 1999 po, I entered the ministry. We went there in June of 1999. That was the last time po I saw Ka Erdy. But I remember vividly when he advised us. Sinabi po niya, sanay, pagkatapos ako kakalan sa ministeryo. This is what's keeping me going po throughout the 10 years here. God has guided us, and I always remember what Ka Erdy said.
Hindi po kami titigil. Hindi po kami hihinto. Gagawin po namin ang aming buong makakaya. Ibubuhos po namin ang buong lakas namin para po tuparin.
Mamamalagi po kaming tapat sa pamamahala at sa pag-ibig at pagmamahal sa iglesia na pinamuhunana ng buhay ng sugo sa huling araw at maging ng yumaong tagapamahalang pangkalahatan.
Brother Eduardo Manalo, thank you very much for your inspired leadership as well. We pray for you especially so that you may continue to lead us in the church in teaching us the will of God, that we can all reach our perfection.
Na kung papaanong nung pumanaw ang sugo, hindi niya pinabayaan ng Ka Erdy. Nagpapatuloy ang tagumpay ng iglesia sa pangunguna ng kapatid na Eduardo.
We want also to pledge to you also, Paul, Brother Eduardo, that with the same kind of conviction and with the same kind of dedication, we will continue to perform our duties under your guidance and leadership. And we're thankful to God that you're there, and the administration of God's mission here on earth continues on with your leadership. And we pledge our loyalty to that. Myself, my family, we will never stop doing all and pledge our absolute certainty to conform to all the instructions you will give to us. Wherever you will send us, whatever instructions you will give, we will implement them to the best of our ability with God's help and guidance.